Are you ready for some violence, ladies and gentlemen? I certainly hope so. All right, bringing you right here, NaNiwa versus Strelok. Strelok playing incredibly well this tournament. Overwhelming force, a lot of drops. That's his style. Tends to go for incredibly fast expansions. Very important debates going on in the chat right now, as you can see, over which color they will be using. Vitally important for any pro player to get the right color. And I'm ready to go. These guys are ready to go. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. NaNiwa versus Strelok. That'll be a matchup for the ages. Love to see as to whether NaNiwa can deal with Strelok a little better than Tyler. Tyler admittedly did manage to take the first game. NaNiwa, on the other hand, easily one of the most, if not the most dominant Protoss in Europe at this point in time, and arguably one of the best foreigners. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you NaNiwa in the blue trunks. He is to the northeast of this particular matchup, and he is, of course, playing Protoss versus his opponent, the one and only Strelok. He is in the red trunks, and he is playing Terran. Strelok's been playing extremely well up to this point with very heavy drop play, a lot of harassment. He's big into multi-pronged attacks. I haven't seen any of his trademark tank play come out yet. Admittedly, he tends to reserve that for Terran versus Terran, as opposed to Terran versus Protoss. He likes to go for mass marine backed up by medevacs, and of course Vikings where necessary to deal with Colossi. He relies on mobility, he relies on harassment, and he relies on massed firepower in ranks. Which, to be fair, is how the Terran really should be played anyway. If you're not making Marines, you're probably doing it wrong. NaNiwa, on the other hand, relies on destroying freaking everything. He's an incredibly efficient player with amazing build orders, great timings, and he plays incredibly cool-headed. He's been very dominant in recent tournaments, as you have no doubt heard, only losing out in the TSL3 to the one and only Thorzane. And that was close. Thorzane also at this tournament. I believe we have a cast scheduled for him on day 2. Gateway on the way up right now for NaNiwa, and the first assimilator coming in there as well. We'll see whether or not Strelok decides to expand. I think he might. And my basis for that being that it is crevasse, so expanding at the back on a zero gas approach is not impossible. That and the fact that he's already on 15 supply, so gas here would be late. There you can see the mineral count going up high. He will expand. The question is, will he expand to the back, or will he take a risky expansion at the front? I would probably say the back, honestly. But we will find out one way or the other. Here comes the orbital command. He will, of course, delay his expansion a little bit for that. Makes sense in the long run. It's a better bet to get that mule energy started. Cybernex core coming down right here for NaNiwa as well. Playing nice and cool. And the assimilator to back that up. That's 2 for him. NaNiwa with the scout. What will he find? Will he get denied? It looks like he will, actually. NaNiwa could have got past that. Then again, he might have assumed 2 Marines by now, perhaps. In the meantime, NaNiwa's actually got a better idea. Proxy pylon coming down right here. And as to whether or not he'll use that, it's debatable. But the fact of the matter is he has the proxy pylon, and he can use it if he likes. And if he doesn't want to, then at least he's got something that will provide some useful scouting information. Now, of course, he can't do any kind of warping just yet, and he's not chrono boosting that cybernetics core either, so I can't really see him doing too much with that proxy pylon yet, unless he's going for proxy Stargate, which is a very real possibility. Ding dong, my ability to see 1.5 seconds into the future comes into play once again, and the Stargate coming down for NaNiwa. It's a risky place to put it, but it's very potent if he's able to pull it off. And Strelok currently is playing a very defensive style. His drops don't come into play until much later. And that means, of course, that this area right here will be absolutely destroyed. NaNiwa is unaware of that fast expansion, but he's got to think that his opponent's going to do that. He knows Strelok's style. He knows the kind of thing that Strelok likes to do, especially on a map like this. Otherwise, NaNiwa has absolutely no information of any description, which is interesting. I'm kind of surprised he didn't decide to go in with the probe and maybe rush that line. Of course, he can't do it now with the bunker up. Strelok actually denying expansion right there with an engineering bay going down. I had to wonder what that was actually doing. And that's why he was saving the chrono boost, ladies and gentlemen, for that. So no 4-gate play from him. It is a proxy Stargate. It's not been scouted yet. It's a very early proxy Stargate rush. And those Void Rays are going to do immense damage to Strelok, who is currently unaware of what awaits. 4 barracks up right now for Strelok. Tech Lab is coming up late. There is no stim, which would have helped him immensely against any kind of Void Ray attack. The problem is he went for the fast expansion. He can't get his stim out that quickly. Strelok's about to find out what pain awaits him as that single Void Ray is going to start cutting through the mineral line of Strelok. Strelok is forced to pull back. He has no other choice in the matter. He's going to have to rely on those Marines, and NaNiwa going forward with a force of Stalkers as well. This is a variation on what Tyler did, in fact. Only this is a much more aggressive version of it. It's a 3-gateway proxy Stargate aggression, and he'll follow this up with Stalkers as well. Bunker denied almost immediately, and NaNiwa then able to make use of that as the Stalkers bypass the line, and the Orbital Command taking a hammering right here at the hands of NaNiwa's proxy Void Ray play. This is going to be really difficult to deal with right now. Strelok inexplicably moving everything. Not really sure why. He's actually, I think he must have done that. That must have been a hotkey mistake. He actually pulled his main orbital command off for no reason, and that's really not going to help at all. NaNiwa, unfortunately for Strelok, is in a really great position right now, and unless Strelok can hold out until that stim count gets there, he's going to be in real trouble. Picked off once again, and now trying to force his way into the line of Strelok. Strelok's sitting on the 14 Marines right now, and that Void Ray firepower is going to be a little bit too much for Strelok. He doesn't have a bunker in the line either, so he can't really defend against this very well. Trying everything he can. He pulls all of his SCVs off the line right here. A 3rd Void Ray comes in, nails down those Marines very nicely. NaNiwa hasn't lost a single Void Ray. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about one-sided. Very well played there by NaNiwa. An incredibly aggressive proxy Stargate play, and it tore Strelok apart.